Due to the graphic nature of this program, listener discretion is advised. Children under 13 should only listen with the guardianship of a parent or legal guardian, I guess.
We're going to be making jokes about these situations, although they are serious. They shouldn't be taken lightly.
And thank you for listening to Drunken Ramblings of a Sober Mind.
And here we go.
Welcome to another episode of Drunken Ramblings of a Sober Mind. I'm Jimmy.
I'm Garen.
And today's topic is going to be cyberbullying.
Let's do it. Hit it.
Hit it. All right, so cyberbullying. All right, so I'd like to start out with the definition of what cyberbullying is. Cyberbullying is the use of electronic communication to bully a person, typically by sending messages of an intimidating or threatening nature. So, Garen, you've got a little bit of experience with the cyberbullying and whatnot, since I am cyber-retarded.
Well, that's what I wanted to do in law enforcement, actually, is cyber crimes. And because I find it fascinating. The cyber world is completely separate of our own, and there are predators out there that could go completely unmasked, using fake names, fake handles, things like that. Before we actually get rolling in this, I'm just going to go ahead and... Oh,
God, you shot it all over the bar.
Oh, it's on my face.
Don't act like you didn't like it.
That's the reason why I wanted to do cyberbullying in a completely separate thing, because to me it's two different worlds. Real life bullying, when you get home, it's done, and you don't have to deal with it until the next day, which gives kids a lot of anxiety. However, in the cyber realm, it doesn't end. There's no place to run. There's no place to hide. You open up your... And the thing is, we talked about this a little bit, is that you can run and you can hide, but you have to turn off your device.
And that's the problem, is these kids nowadays, they can't turn off devices. And see, that's like with this podcast, I told you, you can't really read what people are commenting and, criticizing what we're doing. Because if you sit there and listen and read what everybody is saying, there's always going to be some jackhole that's going to be like, oh, these guys, they're out there sucking donkey dick, they, blah, 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 they're always going to be people that will cut you down for doing something that they want to do but won't do. So now all of a sudden it's your fault. So then they're fucking keyboard ninja and they're out there, you don't understand.
You don't understand.
Yeah, it's bullshit. I mean... So you got these kids that are in chat rooms and on websites and instant messenger, email, text messages. You got kids being bullied every which way they go. And kids these days, they don't understand. Like when we were kids, you went outside, your bully fucked with you when you were outside playing football. All right, asshole, this is how this is going to go. You throw down, you get your ass whipped, or you whip his ass, whatever, you're done. Next day, you're like, okay, well, let's try this again for the first time. So, then you got kids out there that, they can't grasp that concept. And then you got kids suiciding themselves. What was that girl's, there was two girls we were talking about. There was Amanda Todd, who was the bleach drinker. You told me about that one. I didn't do any research on it, but I kind of remember hearing something about that. And then I told you about that little girl, Nicole Davis, that she hung herself live on social media. What the hell is this world coming to? These children are trying to prove a point by killing themselves to show their bullies that they're not afraid of them anymore. Well, that's not the way to do it. Killing yourself is a final solution for who? Nobody.
It's a permanent solution to a temporary problem.
Right. Everybody loses. When you kill yourself as a child, everybody loses. Because no matter what, unless your parent is a complete and total fucking piece of shit, you can always go to a parent, and your parent will help you. I know that even myself as a parent, there's times that I'm so wrapped up in life, and I've got so much stuff going on, but, if my kid comes to me crying, you're goddamn right, I'm about to knuckle up. We're going to go whip some ass. I'm Italian. We got a fucking lead pipe out back. I'll break a goddamn kneecap. Let's do it.
Well, we touched a little bit about on the actual bullying segment. our kids need to learn how to defend themselves and to understand that they've got their own space and their own. They have to learn problem solving.
I didn't lose that one.
Oh my!
Sorry,
fell right in my beer again. But they can't. They've got to figure out how to. What's going on?
Not cool.
What is it?
I think one of the dogs farted. It smells like complete and total ass.
It hasn't made its way over here yet. So.
God. Oh, God, it smells like burnt testicular cancer.
Jesus.
Oh. Okay.
Are you sure that's not you?
Oh, I'm positive.
Okay.
I would know.
Okay.
That's a dog fart. That's pedigree or whatever the hell we feed him. Old Roy or dead squirrel or something. Jesus. Speaking of bullying. Continue.
So, our kids need to learn how to figure out their problems, and when we go to intervene, there are some things that we should intervene on, and cyberbullying is a little bit different in that regard. The face-to-face bully, your kid needs to figure out how to deal with this confrontation and learn how to deal with it on their own. Cyberbullying, that's parent intervention. There's apps out there that predators use, and kids, they don't know anything about the world, and they will, and I've seen it before, the kid will give their address to a complete stranger just because you showed them a picture of a pretty girl. I've actually done that to my friend's kid. You sit there and you're, hey, so, what school do you go to? They'll tell you what school, and it's good as a parent to go ahead, make a fake account, see where you're at with your kid. If the kid's screams out stranger danger, then you know what it is. But a lot of the times you go, what school do you go to? And they'll be like, well, I go to, Daniel Young, or I go to Franklin Smith, or whatever. And then, oh, okay, well, I go to that school too. And then you can Google a picture of little girl, download that picture, send it to them, and they, oh, okay, you're really cute or whatever. Well, maybe my mom could drop me off at your house. What's your address?
Right.
And then they will spit it right on out. And it's good as a parent to, is it underhanded? Yeah. Dude, parenting is not a clean... You can't go through parenting with your hands clean. You got to get dirty. You got to
fight dirty.
If you want to find out if your kid's doing drugs, you've got to rifle through their drawers, and you could complain and bitch about privacy.
Share, damn.
Right? You can bitch and complain
bastard.
about privacy all you want. Here's the thing: you live under my roof, you're not entitled to privacy. Period. That's not what this is about. This is about me keeping you safe. I'm doing job numero uno.
I tell my kids all the time, look, I love you, and I'll be your friend, but I'm your daddy first, and that's plain as day. I am daddy first.
Yeah.
My son and I, we get into that a lot because he calls me his best buddy, and I tell him he's my best buddy too. But when he messes up and he does something dumb, I tell him all the time, look, you're not a dumb child. You've done dumb things. So is daddy. A lot of dumb things.
A lot. It took a lot of experience to get.
I've got a lot of scars and fake teeth because of it. So I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, and that's the basis. We've all done dumb shit. That's reality.
Right.
That's part of growing up.
But see, we were lucky enough to be out there before we had all these social medias.
Yeah.
Now you get a keyboard ninja, and I just go somewhere else. Oh look, I don't want to fight with this guy over some. He's pissed off because I didn't vote for the person he voted for, or I didn't. I don't like the candidates that he likes, or I see it with especially nowadays with, like President Trump versus, Hillary Clinton. People are still trying to...
Speaking of suiciding themselves.
Right. I've had 54 friends suicide themselves.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. But, that's the thing. Like, I'm in a labor union, and, there's a lot of people that want, a certain candidate to win, and just because you don't agree with that certain candidate, you think there's another candidate that would be better suited for what you want. They're like, well, then you're a Nazi, you hate the unions. And no, just because I don't like somebody because they fake that they're a goddamn Native American doesn't mean that, I'm going to vote for, Donald Trump. And just because I say I like Donald Trump doesn't make me a racist. And just because I like Bernie Sanders doesn't mean I'm a fucking socialist. I mean, for the love of God, man. There are more than one candidate out there for a fucking reason. Stop cyberbullying me. I don't like it.
Well, I think the main problem is like when you look at a candidate, you're never going to agree with 100% of the beliefs and the ideas that candidate has.
No,
it's just not in the cards. But do you believe more in what they're doing than the other guy?
Right. It's a slippery slope. But all right,
I believe that Trump started out of the gate. Didn't he do something with Mexico in the automotive industry? Didn't he stop some of the automotive companies from going to Mexico?
It's such a craptastic thing,
Well,
but
we'll never know the full story.
Before we go down that rabbit hole, let's get away from politics because we could go there all day long.
Well, let's go ahead and stay on the topic of the labor union, though, because I feel as though that's very.
There's a lot of cyberbullying going on in that right now. I was actually reading this morning, and there are people that say the unions make too much money. They need to be broken. They need to, my whole thing is with unions is if it wasn't for unions, we wouldn't have 40-hour work weeks. We wouldn't have vacations. We wouldn't have weekends. We wouldn't have holidays. I mean, it is what it is. Just because you don't agree with what a union's going after because you don't even know what they're going after,
but whose fault is it that they don't know what you're going after at the same time?
Media.
It's the media.
Oh yeah, the media is horrible about that.
Yeah, how much? According to the media, how much do you make?
Oh, apparently I make $90,000 a year.
$90K.
Yeah, and while on strike, we make $250 a day, which is complete and total bullshit. Because if I was making $250 a day, I wouldn't be bitching.
Right.
I make
you just stay your ass
$250
at
a
home
week.
and be like, fuck it.
Yeah, because I mean, what would you have to make an hour to make $90,000 a year working 40 hours a week? I don't even know. You could do the math real quick. I'm pretty sure it's around $40 something an hour. But I'm not making no $40 an hour. Shit, I wish.
Let's see.
Now it is what it is. I'm gonna drop that because, like I said, I can get into politics and that bullshit all day long. So, all right, what's the math on that?
I'm looking it up.
Do 90,000 divided by 52 divided by 40.
I'm doing the 250 a day first, and it looks like you're making $31.25.
$31.25 an hour. $31.25 an hour. Okay.
When in reality, you are making $6.25 an hour currently. Right now, it's $6.25.
Nice.
It's $2.50 a week, right?
Yeah, just $2.50 a week.
Yeah, it's $6, and you're making below minimum wage.
Right. But they gotta keep their bullshit. But good. All right, it doesn't matter. Like I said, we could talk about that shit all day. Labor unions, politics. It is what it is. But we're gonna get back to some cyberbullying because that's the topic for today. But that really was in the realm of cyberbullying.
Well, jumping back to Amanda Todd.
Okay.
This girl, what it was she was, I believe, 14 or 15 years old. She's maybe a little bit younger even. And she was talking to a dude over the internet, and he had convinced her to go ahead and lift her shirt. Well, she lifted her shirt. He screenshotted it. I believe it was on Snapchat, which everybody's like, oh, okay, so the pictures go away after 15 seconds or whatever. You could screenshot that shit.
Right.
And he did that and threatened if she didn't do more, he was going to release those photos to her school.
Oh.
And tried to bully her that way. She's like, no. He ended up posted on social media that picture. It got around her school, and her whole family had to move.
See, and here's the bullshit. Did you know that girls are 2 times more likely to be bullied than boys? But
I've heard that somewhere before. I believe it was you.
Right. But the thing is, it's weird because the girls that are bullied, it actually drops by grade. Like you're more likely to be bullied your freshman year. Well, I mean, as a guy, I was bullied my freshman year too, but I was young. I started school. I was just barely fucking 5 years old when I started. I had been 5 for a couple weeks when I started kindergarten. My son was the same way. His birthday just happened to fall on the last day that he was eligible to start kindergarten. So, I mean, it happens. But, like I was saying earlier, there's different places that people are bullied. And, chat rooms, excuse me, makes up 25% of all, bullying. And then websites, there's 23%. Instant Messenger, 67% of all bullying happens there. Fucking Instant Messenger. Get the fuck out of there. Get the fuck off of Facebook. Well, if somebody doesn't like you, block that motherfucker.
Well, and that's the problem because Amanda Todd tried that. And
right.
she moved. They moved to a different city where nobody knew her. different school.
It's
Dude
amazing.
showed
The
up
internet
again.
will follow you.
Yeah, the dude showed up again, and started sending pictures to everybody, and she tried it again. She tried to get up and move again.
See, and that's the thing. That's where people get broken kneecaps from.
Right. Well, he ended up being in, I think, Amsterdam. He wasn't even in America.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, and so she ended up attempting suicide by drinking bleach, and
See, that's just sad. If
Yeah.
my child tried that and I found out, I'd be on the first fucking flight to Amsterdam, and somebody's ass would be buried in a shallow grave.
they didn't find him until well after her death, and
Oh,
he
she
ended
did.
up-
She did die.
not from the bleach. That was an attempt. She ended up hanging herself.
Oh man, that's sad to hear.
Yeah. And so she couldn't shake it off. And now you have to teach your kids. This is where our responsibility as parents come in.
Right.
You have to teach your kids to do dumb shit, but in a constructive manner. No, you can't intervene at all times, and you can't stop your kid from doing dumb shit because it's part of the learning process. I'm that I gotta touch the stove. I gotta know how hot this bitch is.
Yep.
And you touch the stove,
Hey,
you burn yourself.
A smart man learns by making a mistake. A wise man learns by watching another man make that mistake. I'm definitely smart.
Well, Thomas Edison tried to make a light bulb 1,000 times, and do you know what he learned from all those failures? To steal from the right person.
You're damn right, and he did.
Tesla
It was
joke.
amazing because the other guy, the only thing that he fucked up was the fact that his filament was burning out too quickly.
Yeah.
Edison just figured out to okay, well, don't use that anymore. What did he use? I think like zinc.
Some shit like that.
Yeah, and it just burnt out too quickly. And then Edison's like, well, hold up, let me try this out real quick. And then, ding, I invented a light bulb.
Yeah.
No, you didn't, asshole. You fucking stole it.
Edison
But
was a piece of shit, and I'm
but
pretty
the-
sure
but
we're
the
going to
thing
go into
is,
that
I
in a
mean-
later podcast.
History, is his story. Like I've said before, I've said it many times. It doesn't matter what it is. You can change history by being the winner. To the winner goes the spoils.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Victors write the history books.
Yeah, exactly. And the losers go home and fuck the second place prom queen runner-up. It's whatever. All right, so speaking of fucking the prom queen runner-up, revenge porn. That's another good one.
Yes.
Actually, legislation began in 2012 to outlaw revenge porn, which ain't that about a bitch? Because we tried looking that up. What was it?
We were on a revenge porn journey. We tried to find revenge porn because this was a thing not too long ago.
We
probably
tiptoed
about,
through
like,
the
last
tulips
year.
and did not find it.
Did not. One of the
Tulips.
popular websites was My Ex. Now, when your ex pisses you off and she has sent you naughty pictures, you put it on this page with her name, sometimes a Facebook link. And, yeah, you could put videos on there. You could totally see your ex sucking dick for everybody to see, along with their zip code, where they live. It was actually pretty brutal.
Well, now I can see why they put legislation out there. I didn't even know about this until you told me about it. I mean, I've heard of dirty pics of exes, being sent out. There was a couple of girls that, that shit happened to at my work, and they're like, everybody's like, oh, you got to check out this chick. And it's like, why? Why? If she doesn't want me to see her naked, then why the fuck am I going to go on the internet to see her naked?
Yeah.
Now, if somebody's making money off of it, girls go wild or whatever, they get paid or whatever. But, for me, if a girl sends me pictures, that shit's mine. I mean, I'm keeping that,
Yeah.
If you are ever mad enough to send nudes that a girl sent you out, homie, she better have burnt your damn house down or
Well, let's get
killed
into the
a kid.
nitty-gritty of that. Why don't you?
Why don't I what?
Why don't you feel like, oh, okay, you dicked me over, I'm going to put these pictures out?
Well, because there's a process of burning a bridge, but, I mean, there's a difference between burning a bridge and burning the whole fucking town down. Burning a bridge is just like this bitch, and then you tell everybody what she did to you, and then everybody picks sides and blah, 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 and, it is what it is. If you don't like the bitch, stay the fuck away from her. Sorry that I'm using the word bitch a lot.
That sounds like your raising coming through, though.
Oh, yeah.
That's what it sounds like to me, is that you were just brought up
to
not be a dipshit.
Right. My dad never raised his hand to my mom. He never talked down to her. They divorced in 98, or they split in 98 and divorced in 99. My dad raised me to, respect women, Don't do dumb shit. Don't be an asshole. Don't go out there and start shit that you don't want to finish.
Would you like somebody to
walk
do that
away?
to you?
Dad always told me walk away.
Yeah.
Sorry, my dad's actually standing right here, but he always told me walk away. You know, there's nothing worth proving that you can't just walk away from. Yeah, it's a motherfucker to walk away from somebody that starts shit with you, or because there's what's the old saying? Words cut deeper than any knife that you can sharpen.
Yeah.
And it's true. I mean, you can fuck somebody's world up. Like children, you can say things to a child that will basically scar them for life. And you don't mean to even do it. I mean, it happens.
Yeah.
You will say something that you don't mean. You do it to your friends. You do it to your girlfriend, your wife, whatever. In
we
the heat of a
a lot
moment.
of that on the taboo section of the bullying.
Right, exactly.
It turns into fetishes. It turns into
exactly. You start out by calling somebody he's being a queer or blah blah blah, and then next thing you know, he is a quote unquote queer, and which I still don't know what that word means, to be honest with you.
Strange. The definition of the word queer means strange.
Different. Okay. But yeah, I mean, okay. So we'll get back to cyberbullying because we keep keep jumping off topic a little bit. But I mean, all right. So you get away from the dirty pics, the revenge porn, blah blah blah. So now you got a lot of people online that are busting guys' balls for toxic masculinity. What the fuck is toxic masculinity? Okay, now I understand you got three bros. They're in the gym, and they're lifting the heavy weights, and they're wanting to pump the iron. Now I understand, and then everybody's like, oh, well, that guy's just, he's just an asshole because why? He has a fucking hobby.
Yeah.
Go get one yourself. Even if it's jerking off, for the jerk off Olympics, whatever. Find a fucking hobby. But just because a guy likes to be a guy, he likes to go shoot guns, or he likes to lift weights, or what's wrong with a guy being masculine? What's wrong with a woman being feminine? You get these feminists that are like, oh, well, that girl, she blah, 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 blah. Who cares? You're not her. She's not you. Shut the fuck up. You be you. Let them be them. And I see it online all the time. They had the what was it? The Gillette had the commercials about, oh, well, guys can be feminine too. Okay, that's great. What's the fucking point of this commercial? How about you let everybody be who the fuck they want to be? I mean, I just don't understand why. Like nowadays, they got the Boy Scouts versus Girl Scouts. Now, for me, I don't understand why the fuck is it just make it Scouts. Don't have Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts. Just have the Scouts of America. If you're going to do some bullshit like that, just make it the Scouts of America. If a girl wants to go learn how to do some shit with the guys, fuck yeah, that's cool. That's awesome. If a dude wants to go over and learn how to bake, fuck yeah, that's awesome. I took culinary arts in high school. I learned how to bake. Did I do it because, I had to? No. I took it because I wanted to learn how to cook.
Because you're Italian as fuck.
Right. And my mom, when I was in school, fuck it, there's only so many goddamn, spaghetti noodles and ketchup you can eat before you're like, God damn it, I got to have flavor. You're killing me. You're killing me. And your dried out pork chops. I love you, Mom, but God damn. So after I graduated, she learned how to fucking cook. I'm like, thanks. Now that I'm out on my own, she's like, oh, well, But,
and we want to thank you for every single New Year since.
Right. Yeah, we didn't get that kind. Yeah, that Italian food I didn't get growing up. Like, here, good luck. Piece of white ass bread with garlic salt on it and fucking burn in the oven at 7,000 degrees for 15 minutes, like chewing on a piece of fucking charcoal with garlic on it.
Well, and here's the thing: we're going in as a society, and a couple shows have touched on this. If you've ever seen Black Mirror, is one.
See, like I said, I couldn't get into it.
Yeah, you have to give it a chance because each episode has nothing to do with the other one. So
they say that about sucking dick too, but I'm not really in for giving that a chance.
Well, I mean, there's porn with two dudes sucking dick. You might not like that one, but maybe you like other genres of porn.
Fair enough.
Anyway, so in Black Mirror, and I believe an episode of The Orville. Have you ever caught that one?
I think no.
You should check that out. It's Seth MacFarlane.
I'm not really a. Oh yeah, with the space.
It is so good.
Yeah, I for the longest time I just didn't get into TV. That's why I've got like 500 fucking movies upstairs. I just never really got into watching TV shows. Like I watched with an ex of mine. I watched what was it? Oh damn it, Supernatural. I watched that for like.
That's one I couldn't get into.
See, I watched that for like 7 seasons.
Oh shit!
It was crazy. I think they're like on season 37.
Now I like Jason Ackles. Like the Eye of the Tiger video cracks my shit up.
Hell yeah!
I'll make you watch the Orville because it's weird. Because the first episode dedicated to catching your attention, so it's not really full of anything. You're meeting the characters, all of that. But it's weird because there's a transitional phase of it. You meet the characters. It's a funny show. You decide to watch episode 2, and Seth MacFarlane is low key a Star Trek fan, so he's doing a throwback to Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Right.
And each one of these episodes have to deal with a mirroring of political views, of the current state of affairs in society. And one of the episodes, I've cried a little bit during a couple of these. And this one, and it's the same with the Black Mirror, your social standing on social media has to do with how you're viewed in real life. That is the subject. Okay, and there's a plot to it or whatever. But like essentially you go to like let's say Arby's, the bitch gives you attitude. You lean over it and you hit the down arrow on her badge. Okay, you're giving her a thumbs down.
Right.
Now, everybody can see, like, I don't know if they have contacts.
And that's been touched on in cartoons as well. My kids watch this one with these characters. They're all, like, blobs or whatever. I don't even know what the hell it's called. I can't remember what it is. But they had a complete and total episode about that. Like, people giving them... they didn't call it Yelp, but, giving them bad Yelp reviews is pretty much what it was. We're going to give you 1 star, or we're going to take your star away, or, and everybody was walking on eggshells to try and get their 5-star review, or at least get a 3-star or 4-star or whatever. But the thing is, it was, everybody, like you said, everybody is so worried about the way people view them. You know what? I don't care. That's why I decided to do this.
We grew up in a time the internet really became a thing in 96? I mean, it was invented in I think 92.
Back when Al Gore
but it was for rich people.
He decided to invent the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then some asshole picks up the phone. Damn it, I was 4 days into downloading boobies.
Right. Oh, is that a nipple? It's like the Spice Channel. Oh, shit, is that a nipple? Oh,
dude, I couldn't tell you. How many times did your parents walk in on you when you were trying to watch that? It's like, wrong channel. I was trying to go to Disney.
No oblate. I plead the fizzy.
Well, my dad worked for the cable company back then, so I had Skinamax, but, you had to wait till 3 o'clock in the morning when everybody's sleeping to watch it, but, whatever.
Yeah. Fall asleep a lot of the time before.
Yes, we did.
So, and that's the way kids view our society is through social media, and I think parents need to be aware of that. Now, we're going to have to modify our standings as far as how to proceed forth because these kids find it important. The reason why bullying is so much through instant messenger is it's because they don't text anymore. Never do they text each other. They just shoot messages on Facebook. And me and my girlfriend Shelly, honestly, we don't really text each other either. We go through Facebook. I have no idea why. I don't know how that started, but we rarely text each other.
Well, that's like you, me, and Jamie. We got that messenger thing that we just kind of, funny memes or whatever.
Yeah.
Or memes or memes.
Memes.
We throw the memes.
Yeah, my nephew chewed my ass because I looked at the word. I'm like, so memes? Is this memes? He's like, how old are you?
Right,
too old.
Older than you, dickhead.
Yeah.
The internet, screwed up society as a whole. It really did. It used to be back in the day, you had an opinion about something, you told somebody, all right, cool, it's over. Now, like I said, keyboard ninjas, man. But, like since 2008, because of social media and cyberbullying, suicide has doubled since 2008.
Oh, I can imagine.
Because, we didn't really have... When did Facebook come out?
MySpace was the thing.
Yeah, for the early 2000s.
2000
Right. And then, because I don't think I got my Facebook until...
Gauging Facebook off of MySpace.
I think it was 8 or 9 when I got my my Facebook. Yeah, because the other day, my wife's been friends with her sister on Facebook for like 13 years. I'm like, holy shit, I didn't even know there was Facebook back then to begin with.
Yeah.
So, it goes that far back.
Because Facebook was not popular. Why would Facebook be popular when MySpace, you could throw
Dude, that's what I'm
music.
saying. You could throw music, you could throw backgrounds, you could throw all this stuff on there.
A lot of artists started on MySpace. I believe Aaliyah started on MySpace.
Yeah, see, and that's my thing, because I could follow bands that I wanted to follow. I didn't have to worry about, and I could listen to their music. There was no copyright infringement, and you can't look at this, and you can't like that, and blah, blah, blah.
You could sit there and code your background, all the dope backgrounds. It was really artistry at its best.
Yeah, and Facebook stole that. How?
I don't know. It seems like at some point in time you either had MySpace or Facebook, but you didn't have both.
See, I still have MySpace back out there somewhere.
So do I. I can't get into this shit.
I checked it probably 6-8 months ago, whatever. I checked it, and the background's gone. The music doesn't play anymore. And then I try to search for the bands, and they're gone.
Well, they had to overhaul it, and I think that's where they really fucked up.
Right.
And I think MySpace didn't adapt. I mean, you see it all the time. Us as a society, we walk around with our heads in our phones. Is this a lot different from 1930? No, because at the time it was a newspaper. So everybody harping on Facebook, oh, you spend too much time. How many times is it depicted
because,
that you walk in the living room, your dad
you watch
there
Leave
with
It to
the
Beaver, dad's sitting in there smoking, got the paper, completely ignoring the kids as usual. So there's really nothing new to that.
No, it's just that, but the platform is more dangerous because the newspaper doesn't respond to you. Facebook responds. And Facebook will tell you whether or not you're liked, disliked. It's a catastrophe. And to me, I think that we need to shut the Facebook servers off.
Yeah.
And we need a reboot of this society because Facebook is destructive. When I'm bored...
And stop texting. What the fuck? If you're sitting at home on your couch watching gay porn or whatever the fuck you're watching and you want to talk to your buddy, call him.
Call him.
I hate the people that are like, well, I don't like to talk. Well, then cut your fucking vocal cords out. What's the point of having vocal cords?
See, I would rather hear it out though because I have the tendency of not having a filter. I fucking hate
your car. Fuck your car because I try to text you because
my car's
you won't.
Cyberbullying, Jimmy.
Yeah, it really is because I try to call you and you don't answer. So then I send you a text. It's like, I'm driving. Sent from my car.
I could change that to say "fuck off." Sent by my car. I'm thinking about doing it.
Hold on. What was the last time your car sent me a text message and I was pissed. I was like, you son of a bitch. Let's see where'd it go. Damn it. Damn phones. I'm driving. Sent from my car. I'm going to fuck your slave cylinder, you piece of shit, is what I responded with.
Yeah.
Yep, I hate your damn car. Your last one was the same damn way. Foreign piece of shit.
Yeah, it's
I mean, what?
Fair enough.
Okay, so back to
cyberbullying.
Back to cyberbullying. Okay, and something we've realized: intervention doesn't work.
Now you got to get parents. You got to get your game on. Like you got to know what apps your kids are using.
You have to be up in your kid's
goddamn
ass.
phone that is completely unmoderated. Like every kid, my girlfriend's 9-year-old has a phone. Why? Now I understand that landlines really aren't a thing anymore. Right. So like when you want to get a hold of your
I still have a fucking landline. Yeah. I couldn't tell you the number or even where the phone's at because I'm pretty sure one of the kids ate it or pawned it. But fuck it. That 3-year-old
6219.
Yep. We had goddamn mom and dad had that number forever.
Yeah.
I think that was the first number we had when we moved to Blue Springs. We had that from 91, and mom got rid of it in 2008, 7, something like that.
Are you sure she doesn't still have it?
Oh no. She got rid of it. She got tired of paying the bill. I was like, I didn't even know they still had landlines.
Well, and I understand giving your kid a cell phone because there's a stalker app on there. It's you can literally now there's workarounds. The app wherever your kid is with his or her phone, you could find your kid, and I dig that. But there are workarounds to that shit. You also have to check out what apps are on your kid's phone. You have to do an audit of your child's phone.
Shit.
Ooh.
Sorry.
You got to occasionally, hey, give me your phone. Just out of nowhere. Don't be like, hey, on every third Friday, because then your kid is going to know. But you could find your kid sending dick pics, receiving dick pics. You could see what apps they are, what they talk about.
Do you have a lock on your phone?
Yes, because my coworkers are dicks.
Okay, fair enough.
You leave your phone unattended, then all of a sudden a big black penis shows up on your desktop. Or whatever the equivalent is on a phone.
Right. Yeah, like I don't have a lock on my phone. I had one for about 3 days, and it just pissed me off to the highest point of pissivity. I got tired of having to type in, like here, type in a four number, blah blah blah. Type in every time you close your phone. I'm driving or something, go to change a song, and it's like type in your code. Nope.
Well,
I just want to hit next.
I've got a fingerprint identifier on mine, so all I have to do is touch the back. So if I had to type in a 4-digit number every time I wanted to do something on my phone, I would have thrown it against the wall a long time ago.
It was real close the other day. When I had to go through because Google's like, oh, your shit's weak. Your shit's weak. Yeah, so I was like, nah, fuck that. I'm gonna go ahead and fix that real quick. Okay, so your girlfriend's daughter was gonna do a thing at school. We were talking about this.
Yeah, and I don't think I'm kind of glad we had to redo this podcast because I don't think I'm going to mention her name. I don't know who's going to listen.
Right. Well, don't mention her name. We just say, because I'm not going to mention my kids' names either.
And a new event has happened.
Oh.
Yes. So the first event that we had talked about, here's what happened. She asked me, can I get some song lyrics? Because, of course, we're into music.
Right.
Can I get some song lyrics that feature both a metaphor and a simile? I'm like, hell yeah, you can. This is my jam. I'm a writer. I write poetry. I listen to lyrical content. I've got you. How about some Blues Traveler? Blues Traveler is really good about. There's a song called "Mountains Win Again." Is he talking about actual mountains? No. So, and she's like, oh, let me stop you there. It's got to be rap. I'm like, come again? Why does it have to be a certain genre, and why do you think that I'm a hardcore... And I do listen to rap. I'm not saying that. I love rap. But it's... Yeah, not mumble rap. Shit. Mumble rap is useless, and I'm pretty sure that's where we're going. And she's like, well, if I don't do it on a rap song, I'm going to get bullied at school. Why? I'll leave it there. Why? Like, why are we holding our kids down... When I was 16 years old, I remember my mom buying the complete unabridged work of William Shakespeare. And I'm like, gee, thanks for the present, Mom. What am I supposed to do with this? And she's like, I'm glad you asked. Why don't you go ahead and get comfortable, sit wherever you like. And I was like, challenge accepted. I'm going to sit on this countertop of the kitchen with my shoes on. And I hopped up there, and she didn't even flinch. I thought that was kind of weird, but she's like, all right, now read me sonnet number 40. And I would read that shit, and I'd stumble, because it's old English.
Old-ass English.
Thee.
Thy.
Yeah.
Thou.
And this is bullshit. And she's like, now translate it. Like, how? It's in English.
Time out.
Yeah, it's in English. What are you? No. Tell me what it means. And she really boosted my reading level up super high. Now, I'm not comparing that to rap versus rock versus country versus whatever. But she pushed me into learning the English language and understanding theories, metaphors, similes, and things like that. And you're not going to get that with rap because especially the context that the kids listen to rap in, you know, and I'm not hating on rap in that sense because when we were growing up, it was Tupac, Snoop Dogg,
Bitches
Dr.
and
Dre.
foodies.
Bitches, foodies, and shooting motherfuckers.
Yeah.
They talk about killing cops.
Right, exactly.
Well, and that's another thing. NWA, fuck the police. They had a reason to do that shit. They were getting, that's Los Angeles PD.
Was not exactly the top of the heap on that one.
Yeah, how they train police officers then is you only use your baton if they're black. And then you just go. Okay, now times have changed. Okay, we're not living in Jim Crow era. And these people, Tekashi 6ix9ine. Hold on, let me change. Snitch 9.
Snitch bitch.
Snitch 9. Talking about killing cops and shit. That's all on you, bro. Like, cops, we are put into a position that we've really got to fucking watch our P's and Q's in every traffic stop. And then shit will happen like this chick that just walked into her neighbor's house. Yeah, we don't condone that. That's batshit crazy.
Yeah.
That chick, like, how did you not know you were in somebody else's apartment? Did you recognize any of the furniture, the pictures on the wall? Did it smell differently? Like, every single one of these things.
Your house.
Yeah, and there's some dude eating ice cream on his couch.
Go to jail.
Yeah, exactly.
She is, but not for long enough, in my opinion.
Right, that's just ridiculous.
So, you know, we've got this whole fucking thing going on, and we're promoting it.
Well, okay, so that's, you know, like in high school, my friend Tom, rest in peace, buddy, he passed away in 98. He actually introduced me to Slayer. Oh, had a hard on for him ever since. Seen him 20 times. Seen him this last year. It was their final tour. You know, but in high school, I wore metal shirts. I had a trench coat, and we graduated way back in 1992. Well, you know, we were in school. Our senior year was 1999, and in 1999, 4/20 of 1999 is when Columbine happened, and I had a trench coat. It was kind of a tradition. It was passed down, you know, from year to year to year. Everybody passed the trench coat down. So after 4/20 happened, all of a sudden people are like starting to look at me. I'm wearing a Slayer hat. I'm wearing, you know, metal shirts, got a trench coat, and people are looking at me like, what? Then all of a sudden people started being nice to me. I was like, what the fuck? I mean, they're like, you're not going to shoot up the school, are you? Motherfucker, I ain't got a gun. I don't want to. Yeah, hell no. I'm just trying to fit in with everybody else. And then all of a sudden, the football players started hanging out with me, and we started drinking beer. And they're like,
"Hey, Jimmy, do you want some candy? I can give you some candy."
You want some candy, little boy? But yeah, everybody started hanging out with me, and we started drinking. And then, you know, hell, at our 20-year reunion, you know, we sat there. Kind of the football players that we hung out with back then, you know, we're still friends now. We you know, every year we do a little get together for the reunion, and you know, that was one of those things where people at first are like, "Oh, fucking freak," blah 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 blah, and then all of a sudden shit worked out. I don't know exactly how that worked, but it did. So, you know, shit happens. Thank God there wasn't internet back then, because if somebody would have came at me back then, you
would have blown up.
Yeah. Might have stabbed somebody, but I wouldn't fucking shoot them.
So she has to use a rap song, and she's deathly afraid of getting bullied. And the thing is, when she goes home, it doesn't end there. It's social media. It's all that. Now, flash
put her nose in a book.
Bit. Huh?
Put her nose in a book.
She makes straight A's.
Hello? Yeah.
Can you hear?
Yeah.
Hold on, it's my cord. I was like, I can't hear myself. There we go. So
spit on it when you put it in. Oh, it's so dirty.
So she gets these shoes, right? And she has to wear these shoes.
What kind of shoes are they?
I couldn't even tell you the brand. They're like wedges, but they look like. Oh, okay, hold on. Do you know what wedges are? We should start there, because I worked in the shoe industry. I know what wedges are. You might not.
I'm gonna go with nose sculpt.
It's kind of like a heel situation, only the bottom is one piece.
Aren't all shoes bottoms?
Well,
one
they're
piece?
kind of like a clog. Like, you know, you're pretty much walking on your tiptoes, but the entire section of the bottom is solid. And where heels, you got that
Dude, I have got a fucking clue what you're talking about.
Anyway,
I'm
but they look
retarded
like
as well,
tennis shoes.
apparently.
They add 6 inches to her height. These are the.
She's already tall. She's big. She's taller than both of us.
I know. She's even taller now. But the thing is if she doesn't wear these shoes, she gets picked on.
6 inches.
That's what she said.
Like a standard 6 inches or a dude's 9.
Right.
You know, like, so, and this isn't a new game. Air Jordans.
Yeah, I never had a pair of Jordans. I've been wearing Adidas for as long as I can remember. I wore Nikes, but I have no arch in my foot. I'm like a flat-footed, which sucks for my kids because I'm flat-footed and so is my wife. So they're pretty much stuck in skater shoes or Adidas forever.
Yeah. I urge parents to go against the trend. I know it's going to kill your kids socially, but they need to learn that the social aspect of
Let me ask you a question.
Is irrelevant.
How many people from high school do you still hang out with?
Shelly, you. Well, I mean, you weren't in our high school, though, Steve.
No, but I had to put up with it.
No, you had to put up with us for sure, yeah.
Thanks for not killing us, by the way.
I guess in that aspect, my mom.
I couldn't afford the beer.
I don't know what you're talking about.
What?
Look at that
No
time.
hable.
Drinking?
No, that would never happen.
Would never do that, ever.
No, it's
I'm pretty sure there's still
Conspiracy
Southern
theory.
Comfort somewhere in that ceiling on a side
no.
note somewhere.
I actually went through and
Each tile?
yeah. Oh, I did.
Okay, fair
Yeah,
enough.
we hid beer cans and liquor bottles and God only knows what else up there. I had fucking street signs and
Enough time keeping myself in beer.
right. Thanks for the.
I think
Thanks for the
that's
beer,
about
Dad.
it. Occasionally, once a year, you put on that that thing, the informal, as it's called now, high school reunion, as opposed to just high school reunion at Side Pockets. I think then we get to see the people every year. They're like, "How are you doing?" Shit, me too.
Cool.
Right
I feel
on.
so much better about myself now.
Yeah.
I'm not the only one fucking up.
Other than that, you and Shelly, and that's it.
Yeah. See, and that's what kids need to understand. They're letting these cyber bullies who, after they graduate or even if they go to high school, go to a different grade, whatever, they'll no longer see these people.
No.
And you don't have to be friends with them on the internet.
Yeah.
You can get the fuck away from them. You don't need to... You trying to impress everybody else and fucking yourself is, I mean... I'm just flabbergasted by the way society has worked, and it's told our kids that, hey, you have to have all these likes, you have to have all these hearts.
Yeah.
You know, there was an artist, I can't remember who it was, but my sister posted it. Thanks, Steph. But it had like people taking pictures of a person drowning instead of helping them.
Yeah.
They had, these fat guys that had little girls all over him, but, it's because he had money falling out of his pockets. Mm-hmm. It's the society is so worried about, like I said, likes, hearts, followers. You know what? We didn't start this podcast to have a whole bunch of followers. If you guys like what we do, great. If not, we're not your cup of tea.
Yeah, we can
That's
give
fantastic.
a fuck less
Right.
about that.
Because we're so tired of bending over backwards to try and impress people and be something that we're not. So we've come to the conclusion, you don't like us, we're going to play a game. It's called Hide and Go Fuck Yourself.
Well, and what I'm...
Not that we're trying to run you off or anything by any means, but I'm just saying,
Yeah.
we're here to be us.
I'm pushing to get more views on bullying and now cyberbullying because I feel like something needs to be done about the situation.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I don't give a fuck about likes, but I think that it needs to be viewed a lot more because people need to understand the bullying, the zero tolerance bullying bullshit that schools have adapted.
Yeah, okay.
Bullshit.
So, all right. So this actually just happened to my... Right. Well, this actually happened to my daughter the other day. My daughter's in first grade, and she needed to use the restroom because apparently, schools have, bathrooms in kindergarten classes. And then after that, they have to actually leave the classroom to go to the restroom. So my daughter's in first grade, and she walked out, and there was a child. I don't know if she was special needs or what she was, but she came running down the hallway and like slid on her knees and slapped my daughter in the face. Just straight up fucking slapped her.
And that should be the last time that ever happens for that person because your daughter should have fucking
Right.
retaliated.
Because,
period.
she's in gymnastics and she can kick over her head. She's like, Daddy, should I just kick her in the face next time? Like,
And you want to
yes,
say
yes, and no. Yes
yeah, you
and
want to
no.
say yes.
Okay, if she hits you once and, you because she was smooth about it. She got slapped and she's like, well, what the fuck was that all about? And then she walked away. She said she had to pee. So she went to the bathroom. She came back. And apparently the vice principal had seen it happen. And he went into the classroom, told the teacher what happened, grabbed my daughter, took her down to the nurse's office, got her a little ice pack or whatever,
And it goes back to,
and then
on
what
Friday,
and
we'll
then-
have matching black eyes.
Right.
That's what that should
Right,
be.
exactly. The end of fucking school on Friday, come 3 o'clock. Guess what, motherfucker?
Me and little Johnny have matching rainy days
Right.
and matching black eyes.
Right, exactly. But the thing is, my daughter didn't even say anything. She just walked it off, and the vice principal grabbed her, and he's like, "Well, let's go get you an ice pack," and then He's like, "Are you okay?" She's like, "Yeah, I'm fine. I got a brother and sister. I've been in 3-way fist fights. Fuck that girl."
Yeah.
And she's like, "Okay, Daddy, I guess it's time for me to go to karate." I'm like,
Oh shit.
"Yeah." She's like, "I'm ready." I'm like, "All right. Well, I'm because I tried to get her to go to karate, but she wanted to do gymnastics instead.
Actually, gymnastics is a fantastic place to start for martial arts, and we're
Dude,
gonna
I'm
we're gonna
telling
end
you,
up
she,
having.
she is so proud. She's like, "Daddy, I can do the splits." And every time watching her, it's like, "Oh God, damn, that hurts me."
Yeah.
She's like, she's showing everybody. We were at McDonald's last night, and we ran into that guy from high school that I was telling you about. Ran into him, and she's showing him. She's showing everybody. I'm like, quit!
Stop it!
Do you know what's on the floor of McDonald's? I know it's the play area, but I'm sure there's some kid vomit and.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Well, and that's
yeah.
actually an avenue I've thought about pursuing is teaching self-defense, because my combat theory is a little bit different than everybody else's. I've taken some different things, and we'll have a separate podcast on that.
Yeah, who was that guy that in MMA they told him that he couldn't train because he was teaching him the shit that he wasn't supposed to do? Like, look, you're not supposed to do this, but this is definitely going to win the fight. So if you throw this here and then put that there, and you kind of grab this guy by his fish hook him and put your finger in his eye, grab him by his asshole and
But that's the
tie
whole,
his dick in a knot, whatever, that kind of shit,
That's the whole thing. We're teaching our kids that if you're an adult and you're trying to get and you're about to get raped, you need to try and tell somebody. Okay, that's not going to work out. This dude wants that ass, and he's going to take that ass. And what have you learned is that you're going to have to wait until afterward?
Goddamn dog is sawing logs, bro.
Ridiculous.
Good God.
Or
Right.
tattling's not going to work. A restraining order is just a piece of paper.
Oh, yeah.
That didn't do
Yeah.
Not a fucking thing.
Not a fucking thing at all. Piece of paper.
Judge busy.
Yeah, keeps the judge happy and blah, blah, blah.
One thing I learned about my mom, because my mom had a couple of abusive dick bags in her life, is if you put hands...
Are you fucking serious? Your mom?
Oh, not for very long.
Dude,
Not for very long.
Yeah,
no.
your mom's, your mom, I'm pretty sure that's what fucking Hostile was written about by Pantera.
Yeah.
Can I get a beer?
Yeah, absolutely. No, my mom, if you put hands on my mom, you better fucking know how to fight.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure your mom could whip everybody in this room's ass at the same time.
She will break a beer bottle and stick it right in your fucking ear with no hesitation. But that's the thing. You put hands on my mom once. The end. Not over and over again while you get a restraining order. You don't get psychologically scarred. I mean, you get psychologically scarred.
Yeah, because she's
If
going to
you're
fuck
the-
your day up.
Yeah, she's gonna fuck your whole, maybe even the whole week. You're gonna be in the hospital for a hot minute.
I'm going to fuck your brain because I'm
Yeah.
going to stick it in there. You're going to hear it coming.
And that's what we need to be teaching our daughters.
Calling it abusive husband.
Yeah, see, my stepmom, she had an abusive husband, which is funny because I think they were the same size, about 5'0" and nowadays she's all piss and vinegar, and I'm pretty sure she could have whipped his ass, but she did put up with it, and now she's got.
Not that I do.
Yeah, right. If-
Well, and here's the thing.
I don't.
According to state law, if somebody comes up and hits me, I have the right to defend myself. Not the right to go tell a teacher.
Well, see, that's the bad
Or-
thing is because where's the statute of limitations on the whole thing? Or not statute of limitations because, eventually, whatever. But where does it stop? Okay, because I know nowadays, if you were in high school and a kid walks up to you and punches you in the fucking face and you beat his ass because he punched you first, you are both thrown out of school. How in the fuck does that work? Just because I whipped his ass. I went to a concert one time, back before I knew Five Finger Death Punch was going to be the Backstreet Boys of fucking metal. I went and seen them in 2007 at Family Values. Well, this guy walks up to me, and he was pissed off because his girlfriend was elbowing me in my side the whole entire show.
I remember this.
Yeah, I was front row. I had my arms around my sister and my girlfriend at the time. And this lady kept elbowing me in the side. Well, I'm sorry. I'm a bigger guy. I held her the fuck off. So after it was done, I was sitting out there. My ribs were bruised from her elbowing me for 30, 40 minutes, whatever the set was. And, I was bitching about it. I was like, God damn, my ribs hurt. And the beer vendor came over. He brought me a beer. We were sitting there bullshitting. Next thing I know, this guy swings at me because apparently that was his girlfriend. And then he calls me a Blue Springs pussy and blah, blah, blah. So I beat his ass. I beat him the fuck down. I had his blood all over my shirt. So they take both of us backstage, and they're giving him medical attention because his face is sideways, and they're asking him if he wants to press charges. I'm like, look, motherfucker, he hit me. Well, he didn't hit me, but he swung on me 7 times before I hit him. I'm like, look, I gave him ample chances to get the fuck away from me.
And if somebody stepped forward, and that's the problem with the law. If somebody stepped forward and was like, oh, yeah, he totally swung like several times, missed.
Right. Well, the bad thing is his girlfriend was sitting there, and she's trying to chew my ass, and she's got her face against the chain link fence, and I just, ching! I nailed that fucking chain link fence. So next thing I know is they put me in this fucking this go-kart, take me back out to my truck, and I'm sitting there. I still got a cooler full of beer out there, and I'm sitting there, and I totally stole some Dazed and Confused shit. Came here to do 2 things, drink some beer and kick some ass. It looks like I'm almost out of beer. So the guy that dropped me off told him and his buddy, they're like, look, man, you already got your ass beat once. You want it again? Because that's what's about to happen. And I'm like, hey, all right. Security's got my back.
But that's where we need to go with bullying is we need to stop intervening and let the kids take care of it themselves. And if they don't, they'll eventually learn because right now that's how you get a school shooter.
Stupid is as stupid does.
Up that nobody's gonna tell me that I can't defend myself right now because I've got a bullet and a gun and I'm gonna take care of some shit.
That's why I carry a knife with me at all times.
Yeah.
I understand that, excuse me. I understand that, a knife won't stop a bullet or won't get to a person first. But you know what? I'm smart enough now that I can see the situation happening.
Yeah.
If you got some guy that's getting loud, getting fucking aggressive, and he's got a gun on him, because, Missouri's an open carry state. So if he's getting loud and aggressive and he's got a gun on him, get the fuck away from him. Well, before stupid happens, because if I go up and I knife him, and he's got a fucking gun, and I did it to protect myself, I'm in trouble. It's me. I'm the one. But the thing is, they tell you, wait till they shoot. Go fuck yourself.
It's too fucking late.
Yeah, go fuck yourself.
Somebody got hurt.
No, I'm not getting shot because you told me to wait. Hell no. He pulls that gun, and my knife is buried 6 inches in his fucking temple. I mean...
After I get shot about this.
After I get shot,
it with Putz about this. By the way, I'll talk about that off air.
Got you.
But it's like when we were at that local bar, and that dude was eyeballing the dude in the blue shirt.
Oh, that like 6-story tall guy that you want to start shit with.
Yeah,
like I could take him. Well, on a fucking date.
I succeeded, did I not? I intervened. I de-escalated, and that dude was too friendly. By the end of it.
Oh, the one that, fucked up your neck by grabbing you with those rings and...
It was in a loving way, though.
Dude, I didn't know if you guys were going to fight or fuck. I really did.
If he wanted it, he was probably going to take it.
I'm pretty sure he would have.
But the whole objective here was like, I have a duty to intervene.
You protected that guy at the bar that was an innocent bystander.
That dude has no idea...
When
he left, he had no idea that how badly he was going to end up in the hospital because that dude, I was staring across the table at that dude. He was fucking the shit out of him, and he started taking off his coat and shit.
Right.
And I'm like, I have to intervene, and I don't want to. This dude is so big.
Yeah, because it would have taken 2 of us to take him.
Yeah.
I got your back. I got your back, bro.
I know that you do. 20 years. I know that you got my back. That's
ta-da-da-da-da-da.
And that's the reason why you're the only person from high school that I still fuck with.
Damn right, bro.
is because you would immediately take a baseball bat for me, and that
Or a
kind
lead
of that
pipe.
level of dedication.
Lead pipe, dickhead. Yeah. you're
Lead
welcome.
pipe. Yeah, true.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, it is getting on about an hour, so we are going to wrap this up. This is it's been another episode of Drunken Ramblings of a Sober Mind. I am Jimmy,
And I'm Gary.
and we will see you guys next time.
Later, taters.